Hello and welcome back to the finish line, proudly sponsored by Hollywoodbets, the home of the Punters Challenge. Now, before we get anywhere into this panorama whole farce and the weekend's racing, which includes King George from Ascot, next week is Galway. Galway Festival is 7 days of what some would say
drink and more drink.
Drink, more drink, bit of racing, drink, watch Shauna win, drink a bit more, have an argument with the missus, drink more, make up with the missus, and then go back to the races. Sounds like 7 days. But the Punters Challenge is back from Monday. And it is going to run over the 7 days of the Galway Festival. So there is going to be a grand prize of €1,000/pounds to the overall winner. So how that works, each day there is €100/pound prize pool for each day. So all you got to do is a €5 qualifying bet in any race at the Galway Festival to be in with a chance to win the prize. The usual rules apply. You pick a horse for each race, and your points you get at the end of the first day then will be added to the points you get at the end of the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and then there will be overall leaderboard at the end of the 7 days, and the top three in that will get a portion of the €1,000/pound prize. So if you don't know how to play the Punters Challenge or you've never seen it before, the link will be in the description. It will be at the top. So all you literally do, go in there. It's so simple to sign up. Everything you need to know will be in the description with what you do, what way to do it. And there's also a video on the page. I will link it to. That'll show you how to do it easy, nice and easy. So this is the first of many new courses that is coming to the Punter Challenge. I may as well say Newmarket is at to be added. Leopardstown, the Curragh, Wolverhampton over in England,
Cork,
and Cork by is also at to be added. So they are coming very soon. August time they're going to start. So this is the new start of the Punter Challenge, which is going to be a lot bigger and a lot better than it was. So again, all the links you need to know how to sign up on the Punter Challenge will be in the description right below. So get your entries in 5 minutes before the first race of each day. And look, it's a bit of crack, it's a bit of fun. We'll all play it as well. So if at worst you'll get to have bragging rights over the three of us.
Won't be hard.
Speak for yourself, Dundalk winners. Why are you going to? Oh, you have to change your name now.
Yes. I didn't know that was public when I made that.
Yeah, that was a bad
mistake.
mistake.
It's not even Dundalk winners. It's
winner.
Winner.
I still don't think you had a Dundalk winner.
No.
Why are you going to change it?
Well, I did actually. Zahi won our race.
You gotta get stabbed in the eye there.
Jesus. That's a sneeze. Yeah, Zahi, who I put up as one to follow, won our race.
Won our race. We backed it.
Yeah, well done.
Did you?
Nope. I haven't had a bet in July actually.
Well, that's
I'm
back on in the golf.
I'm actually enjoying it. No, I literally have not had one bet in July. The only bet I picked up on was Italy winning the Euros, but that was placed before July. So,
well, that's all going to end next week.
Go away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're telling me you're going to go and you're not going to have a bet in a race.
I might give it a go. Yeah.
Are you drinking?
I'm very mean with my money recently.
You're an accountant. What do you expect?
I have a lot of things to pay you for.
Comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Are you going to be drinking up there?
I might have one or two after the races or something.
It's fucking
Such
Tom,
a
you're going.
lie.
Are you going to
He'll
drink
have
up
a
there?
glass of Prosecco on arrival
He drinks every day
in
of
his
the week.
Pimlico box.
Every time we do a podcast, he's drinking. He's not drinking now because there's no drink here.
Set Ishka.
I got to drive as well.
It's literally called Ishka.
Some healthy stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm staying up there on the Wednesday night. So if anyone happens to be at Galway on Wednesday, come say hello because I think I'm on my own. So.
Oh,
yeah. With the Pimlico owners, obviously, but
good save. Very
no
good
plans,
save.
No plans yet. So yeah.
Oh,
Look forward to it.
golf day while it's in my head. Again, here's everything you need to know. There is one spot remaining for the golf day. So it's literally going to be first come, first served. We were out there on 7th day, went out on Monday.
Yeah,
and we're going out again this
Just
Monday.
watch out for 11, 12, and 13 because you might unravel on those 3 holes.
Yeah. But you're going to rectify that on this Monday.
Probably not. I don't really.
No,
care
you are
anymore.
going to rectify it.
I unraveled. I was actually playing well, and I unraveled on those 3 holes. I fell apart. I was actually playing well.
You should have seen.
He'll tell you, I was playing well. I was driving the ball well and everything. I just unraveled.
Oh,
I don't even know how.
I think you even parred the hole before. I think you parred the hole before. We went on to the.
I drove it straight down the fairway. I messed up the pitch, and I just fell apart.
Then he got on to the. It's probably the easiest hole in the course. It's straight down,
down.
left to right. Boom, boom.
Oh, I
boom.
don't know.
I was like, Dave, relax, calm down. Fucking stupid game.
Yeah.
I think it was the sun, to be honest. It's so warm, like.
It was. Like,
So
it's
warm.
what, right now. It's
like 30 degrees.
30
in
degrees.
Ireland today, and
we're not built for it, people.
Given that the record, the record temperature in Ireland is only 33 degrees.
Stop, is
And
it?
that was back in 1800 and something.
That's going to be going to be broke tomorrow.
They're saying it could be broken in the next few days.
Like, I was up at 9:30 this morning, out in the back having a coffee, and I looked at my phone. It was 24 degrees.
Yeah.
We got to the clubhouse,
Not
and
normal.
I went in and got 2 bottles of Lucid, and I swear it was gone.
It's gone by the time you got back to the car.
Drink, like. It was just so warm, and I love the sun and being out swimming and so on and so forth, but like it's very humid as well. You're just walking around sweating, like.
And we got ate alive by these dragonfly things.
Oh, stop.
Anyway,
Stop.
I've had the round of my life. But
They
anyway.
actually played very good.
Mhm.
They did.
I'm looking forward to seeing this now.
And I'm going to pick up my new driver in Treewood tomorrow.
Very
I forgot
good.
that I got a new Treewood and driver.
What do they
I'm-
do? Is
I'm-
that the one you put it in hole at the end?
You just pretend you're Tiger Woods and go that way. But
He broke a club on the first hole.
first hole broke club.
How would you break a club? They're metal.
The head of the club.
The
was
head of the
flying.
club. Straight down the middle fairway, Grant. Yeah, lovely 8-iron to the pin.
Depends
That's the
on
noise
what
it
that
was.
is.
Genuinely, yeah.
I nearly hit him.
Jesus.
You're worried about the golf balls, not the clubs. But there you go. So
And they were brand new. That was my
Andrew's
third.
Down 4, the guy next to him, and it's a golf club flying.
I was
out.
like, fuck me, that's a fucking golf club.
I'm still with the first. That was only my third round playing with the new clubs.
You want to bring them back? Get your money
They're
back.
back. They're
Yeah.
back, and the new ones are back in
See
the.
where the ball went, Dave. I was more worried about the club coming towards the head, to be honest.
Anyway, so yeah, one spot remain. If you want to play along, it's email the finishing line 2017@gmail.com, and it's on the 20th of August, and the food afterward as well, which is included in the 160, so it's €40 a head. That's your round and your food afterwards, and all the prizes will be given out after it, which is all expense paid trip to Punchdown Festival next year, and a trip to Henry the Bromhead's stable, courtesy of this lad, aka Pimlico.
Pull that one out the bag.
Speaking of Pimlico, no Pimlico news today?
Pimlico news.
No, none. How's Shauna?
She's good. Yeah, got to have a chat in the morning, but yeah, plan is to enter tomorrow for Galway on Wednesday, Mayor's Handicap Hurdle.
On Shauna.
So yeah, we'll have a look and we'll have a chat. I think she'll probably be our only runner. Alice Averill goes to Roscommon then the first week of August. So week after next. And yeah, we still got shares for sale in a couple of. There's actually still 5% left in Cool Arcade, who is coming back into training this week or next week. He's going to be a lot of fun. He's rated like 93 or something over hurdle, so he's going to be savage cracking.
Chucked in.
Yeah, if you want a horse who will bring you to the winners' enclosure a few times, I would recommend Cool Arcade. And then who else have we got? We got the Sageberg filly we bought at Goffs. There's still around 25% left in her. And then we got Baron Wild as well. There's still a bit of him left. So yeah,
Really?
all going well.
My knees are sweating in here. Genuinely, I'm sweating.
How do your knees sweat?
I'm telling you, it's so warm in here.
I just finished playing football and I've just had to really cool
Open
the
up that door a
temperature.
bit, Tom. will
I'm
you?
gonna, and I'm just about okay now, but it's warm.
Right. On to this malarkey that was on the BBC the other day on Monday. The Panorama, what's it was called? Let's End Horse Racing Forever. May as well have been called.
That's animal you do want to do that.
Let's not get started on what they do as well now. Shites. You seen it? I've seen it. Do you watch it yet?
Nah, I've been too busy fitnessing and giving fitness and
Is that what you
I
call
read
it?
about it.
Giving fitness. Is that what you call
Yeah,
it these days? You dirty bastard.
between golf, fitnessing, and the
Fitness.
sun and swimming and work. I don't
Some life, boy.
I don't watch TV. Yeah, but I'm self-employed. No, I'm enjoying myself.
Everyone who works for themselves says how hard it is and stuff. Dave's like, just enjoy
It's
Yeah,
myself.
but I
nice
nearly,
to go
I
for a
nearly died
swim.
a few months ago, so you can be damn well I'm enjoying it now.
Go for a swim. What is it called? Exercising people?
Fitness.
Fitnessing.
Stand there and watch people do stuff is
Yeah,
what
it's
Dave
basically
does,
what it does.
basically.
Anyway, Tom, you take your points of what you think and what do you make the truth? Is it true? Is like it's obviously it happens, but is it what's the word I'm looking for?
Widespread.
Wide, but was it what's the word I'm looking for now?
Widespread.
Sensationalized.
It's not the word, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
Means blown out of proportion. Made it look
That's the word.
worse.
That's the word I was looking for. Was it blown out of proportion?
Made it look worse than it actually is. What's going on?
You could sit here and just tear the show apart, basically. If you wanted to, and you could say the show was an absolute sham. It was completely one-sided. The people on it have an agenda against horse racing that is out in the open. And you could do that. I think we need to balance that up with, though, some of this clearly does go on in horse racing.
Mm-hmm.
Is what happens to race horses when they finish racing okay in all circumstances? No, it's definitely not okay in all circumstances. So I think there's two areas to it. Like if you take the show, like Shimon was laughing at me when we were watching it. My gripe was the Animal Aid guy. Who Animal Aid are out there. They want to end horse racing. Like they don't think there should be any horse racing. So they want to end all horse racing. The two horses we were stood with, one of which was 100% not a racehorse. I can't remember about the other one.
The one looked like a cow. It was black and white. And I was like, you're talking about horse racing. Like, that's not a racehorse.
But what I was laughing at was their brand new rugs straight out the packets and the brand new head collars he had on them to make them look all shiny and perfect. But anyway, look, you could give out them all day long. Half of the horses on there weren't thoroughbreds. Like in the abattoir that they showed them going in, you're like, well, that's not a thoroughbred. That's not a thoroughbred.
You can tell them a mile away, like.
Yeah. So, look, you've got people then who clearly don't want horse racing to exist. Clearly have an agenda against horse racing. But on the flip side, then I think we've got to look at, exactly what happens to these horses. It's a tricky one from an owner's point of view. Because if you have a horse in training with a trainer, and common practice would be to say to them, "Oh, do you know anyone who you can rehome it with?" Most owners wouldn't have the capabilities or the know-how or the place to keep horses when they finish racing. A lot of owners would know someone, or somebody in the yard might know someone who might take the horse on. And a lot of times that works out really, really well, and they go to really, really good homes. But I think what happened there, I mean, again, if you want to talk about agendas, it was a massive agenda against, like or hate, Gordon Elliott. And I'm not getting into it, but it was targeted at Gordon Elliott. They had that footage from a long time ago from the abattoir. So if you actually look at the show was an abattoir not sticking to best practice and sticking to shocking things. Yeah. I never thought I'd see a rifle held at a horse.
No. That's
not how you put a horse down. The vet on it actually explained it really well, how you do it humanely and quickly. I never thought I'd see anything like that. That was horrific. They've actually been in the courts before, and they were fined 100 grand, or at least 100 grand, I think it was, for not sticking to best practice and not doing things correctly. So they are a dodgy abattoir. I think it's fair to say they're a dodgy abattoir. So the fact that we've got racehorses going in there, then I think the story is the dodgy abattoir. But then when you get Gordon Elliott sat on a dead horse, and all of that leads into his horses ending up in the dodgy abattoir, there's a story there.
Mm.
If it's just a dodgy abattoir, it's not really a story. The story was the Gordon Elliott link.
And what made it look worse is because the 3 horses they randomly picked were all Gordon Elliott trained horses. High Expectation, Feet of the Rock, and I can't remember, there was something Casey or something like that.
Yeah, a horse who had not run too well. But yeah, from an owner, that was what I was saying. From an owner's point of view, if you're told that, oh yeah, this horse has been passed on to so and so and whatever, you just kind of have to have faith in that person. And it's a bit tricky, and it's opened up the conversation between myself and Nat about Pimlico horses. And you know, it's a tricky area because you can do that in the best of faith, and 9 times out of 10 it will work out really well. Sometimes it doesn't.
Right, then who do you blame? Do you blame the owner for giving it for the owner, or do you blame the vendor that they give it to, the person or whatever label you want to put on him? Once it leaves, for argument's sake, we're talking about Gordon Elliott. Once it leaves Gordon and goes to whoever they send it to, is it Gordon's fault for giving it to him, or is this the person that he gives it to solely his fault because he's telling bullshit where the horse is going?
I think this is where I might get a bit controversial. People may or may not agree with me, but I think part of the issue for me was not the putting down of the horse. The issue is how it was done. The fact that they were transported hundreds of miles to go to an abattoir where they're not humanely put down. And that, for me, is the issue. Some horses would have to be put down due to career-ending injuries, due to their unsuitability to be rehomed. And I don't actually have too much of a problem with that, because some race horses are highly, highly strong. They're just not suitable for people. They're actually dangerous for people to give to. However, if that is the case, it's a simple procedure. You get your veterinary surgeon, come to the yard, put your horse down correctly, and get its carcass taken away. Right? The difference there between doing that and sending it to the abattoir, you have to pay for that. You get paid by the abattoir for the horse. That's the difference. Money. It's a few €100, but it's money. And I think if you're a responsible racehorse owner and your horse is either injured so it can't be rehomed, or it's not suitable to be rehomed, then spend the free £400 it might cost you and do it properly. Like I don't. It's not the issue with putting the horse down. It's the way it was done. No horse deserves to be treated like that.
There's no issues with if a horse is at the end of his life, he can't live a healthy life with the injury, with whatever's had to happen to him. You don't send them off. As an owner, if I was an owner and I could pay whatever to have him, you wouldn't send him away to have him shot. Like, he's had to give you, where he's won or not, he's had to give you good days. You don't send him away to see some little fella who looks like he's had to come out with Looney Tunes walking in with a shotgun and stand in the other corner of the room and try to take him out, taking the piss. Like, and what baffled me as well was that there was a vet on site that was meant to stop all this happening.
It's poor.
Like, and then they made it out. Another issue was, which I think we had a discussion about already, is the 2 chips inside it.
Yeah, that was a major issue for me. That's to think of your horse being put down on a race course, as can often happen if they get severely injured in a race. And to go from you would leave your horse, then they would be dealt with by the veterinary surgeon on course. But to go from there and all of a sudden their chip end up in a horse in an abattoir in the UK
4 years later.
4 years later, that's worrying, to be honest.
Do you think that part was real? I know they had some evidence of a few of it.
I would believe it. I would believe it, to get horses into the food chain, because if their horse is stamped as they've had bute, which a veterinary surgeon will stamp their passport if they've had bute, and say they're not fit for human consumption, then they're effectively worthless, basically. So to get them into the food chain, if you've got an abattoir who are willing to treat horses like that, then 100%, I reckon they'd put other horses' chips in.
At the end of that, then shouldn't that abattoir just be shut down straight away?
I'd imagine so.
Gone. Like this, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's only 2 licensed in the UK, and they were one of them.
Okay, I don't know. I know there's one in Ireland anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Again, look, we're ranting on about this, but we'll finish on this. It came back around to be, as you said, they're getting the horses into the food chain. They have to find the people who came up with the idea of getting the chip out of the horse, the dead horse that was ex-race horse, into the other horse. So technically, it was a shit show for racing. It was made look like a shit show for racing. But there's all these bad little eggs thrown in who are connected to people that have things to do with racing. But it's not actually the horse racing industry that's doing this.
It's our connection to them, though.
Yeah,
but for example, like Lamloom, he suffered a career-ending injury that he was never going to come right from. He was always he was in pain, he was in severe amount of pain, and the best thing to do was to put him down. But I spoke to Joseph about, I was like, okay, so how does that happen and whatever, and it was the proper course of action. So I said, it had to happen, but it was a case of making sure that it was the right way of doing things. And I think every owner has that responsibility. Every trainer does as well, but you own the horse at the end of the day, and I'd put it on me that I have that responsibility. We've actually, I don't know, it's bad timing to launch it now, but I came up with the idea there a while back, was to launch a fund within Pimlico where a certain amount of money every month from the fees that people pay in goes into a pot to rehome any of our horses that retire. So everyone will pay in. Some horses are going to be sold. We have a lot of mares. A lot of them are going to go on to be brood mares, but a few of them are going to be retired with us and retrained and rehomed. So every one of these paying into a pot now, that there's a pot there for whatever horse or horses it's going to be. That we have the funds there, so we're not looking for money off anybody at the end of their career, and we can rehome them. It'll give us time to let them. They need to come out of a race and relax, and then be rehomed and retrained. And so there's so many of them make fantastic riding horses, like really, really good, like eventers and stuff.
There's a lot of top class horses that went back down that route.
Yeah, so they're fantastic pets. Good. But
in other words, Siobhan will only leave you have an X amount in the back garden.
Yeah, she will. But no, I think horse racing needs to look at what it can do rather so much than just say, oh, it was a terrible documentary, which it wasn't a fantastic documentary. But I do think we need to look at what else we can do, and surely we can do more. So
a lot more that can be done, especially with that now. They have to take the finger out of their arse and start doing something about it. Now, I think it's tracing the horses from when they're born as foals to when they die, and making sure race horses don't end up in that care, and making it against the rules of racing to pass horses on in a certain way and stuff. We've only just had non-racing agreements come into Ireland. Like, it's mental. Like, you can retire a horse and pass it on, and there was a couple of circumstances where people had retired horses, passed them on to people, and then they'd been sold on from there back to trainers and been put back into training, and that's crazy. So they've now brought in non-racing agreements that horse cannot race again, and it's through Horse Racing Ireland. So that's a step in the right direction, but I'll find a way to fuck it up somehow.
We've a few more bits to do, but we're going in the right direction, and at least this might give us a bit of a wake-up call as well. That is down the line. That's true. It's just a handful of the wrong people as well. The majority of people in racing, if you told any owner, like, oh, this is how your horse is going to get killed, they'd be horrified.
He's going to stand in the corner, terrified. Like,
they'd be absolutely horrified. So it's just a few bad eggs, and that chap at fucking Tipperary there the other day again, Stephen Mann, how he is in racing, I don't know. The sooner we get rid of him, the better. But like, there's just a few bad eggs. Like
Shitehawks, as Dave likes to call him.
Yeah. Anyway,
right. Moving on to things more entertaining than us trying to fix horse racing. That's just not going to happen.
I'd like a job in HR.
You fucking did a good interview there.
Just saying that, guys.
What would you do? No, you go on a rant again. Hold up now. We're not going down that avenue. Right, so it is King George weekend. Dave's other half is running. God forbid we say anything wrong about her today, but she's giving a lot of weight to a Derby winner. Anyway, this is one. I only put this race in. The first race is on Friday, and it's the Ascot Valiant Stakes Group 3 over 1 mile. Only reason I put this in is because you went on about Indigo Girl at the start of the season. So, is it going to win? I only noticed all the graphics are turned blue on the
If I'm
side.
getting 6-4, I'm gonna back her. Definitely. I fancied her now to win the French
Prix de
Oaks.
l'Arc de Belly-Doo.
The Prix de Diane, the French Oaks. So
God,
yeah,
my phone's on fire.
I wonder why we haven't seen her and all that, like, but her form is rock solid.
Yeah, would that worry you now?
No. John Gosling will have her fit.
Big Johnny G?
Frankie would worry me, but he always worries me, so it's no business there.
Like, there's one or two in here that are kind of...
If she's not fit,
Okay, I want talking anyway. Go on.
if she's not fit, Frankie won't even try on her. So
The 2 furlong pole,
you'll
hands
know-
down.
Yeah, you know 2 furlongs out if she's going to win or not, because he'll just give up otherwise. But yeah, I've Indigo Girl, happy days.
What are you going with?
Indigo Girl is definitely interesting. I'd slightly put off that she hasn't run. She looks to have a very good chance. You know, she was talked up a lot and stuff over the winter. Look, she's probably the rightful favourite. I don't think I'd have a bet in this race. If I was, it might be on Waliak, just because its second name is Yak.
Yes. I know. How didn't I see that?
Yeah. No, joking aside, a good performance at Ascot. Third in a handicap then, and then third at Pontefract, and yeah, I'd give that one a chance, but yeah, no, I'm not too revved about this one, to be honest.
Indigo Girl look, probably is the right favourite on what she done last season, but form is iffy. I kind of went with no Meads Elysium at 9-1. Okay, it does have to improve again. It ran a very good race last time, winning, and it's after changing owners. And I just went on the basis: why the hell are they going through all this bother to bring him over to Ascot if she doesn't have a chance? So on that basis, and all of our hours of studying this fantastic bullshit Group 3, I'm going with that. It gets better, trust me. We are moving on to Pat. How did Pat Hedry get a stake race named after him? Oh, look at that. Odds. There's no odds. There literally is no odds. So, Tom.
Pat Hedry was a class jockey.
Yeah, but
He's only got a listed race named after him.
Yeah.
It's a bit poor, really. Should have a group race named after him, I think.
Racing friends.
This was another race now that's insanely difficult.
No, it's not.
2-year-olds are not my jam, and if you think it's not, I was maybe giving Mr. McCann another go, but
Good lad. You have the winner. Just
yeah,
keep
I
going.
thought you'd say that. Yeah, maybe giving Mr. McCann another go, but there's a heap in this that could go well.
Yeah, I think Mr. McCann, look, he ran a stormer in the superlative stakes last time. He's 1 length behind Native Trail, Mireska, and the Hab in that. That's good form. As you said, look, there is a few lurking there, like Power Beauty. She, very good winner. I think it was at Wolverhampton by 8 lengths. Absolutely bolted up. New Science. He was in the Cheshire behind Point Lonsdale, who's probably Aiden's horse for the Guineas next year. I just like the way he runs. He's a tough front runner. He'll give you a run for money. I don't know what price he's going to be, but if he's about 6-7 to 1, I think he's in each way about the nothing. He's definitely going to be placed out worst. But as Tom said, look, there's 2 or 3, maybe 4 that are unknowns in it. Mark Johnson has one there as well, is unbeaten, but his form is not much to be writing home about. So I think at this time of year, go with the tried and tested. So Mr. McCann is where I'm going.
New Science for me, Charlie Appleby. I said it a few times, a great trainer. I wouldn't have been the biggest Godolphin fan through the years, but he's a really good trainer. And his form is tied in with Reach for the Moon, the John Gosden horse that came second to Port Lonsdale. I'd say he was fancied for that race, but he's by Lope de Vega, and some of the Lope de Vegas don't seem to go on soft ground, where a couple of years back
It's because of Fruit Loops, they don't.
a couple of years back, and he himself was just a soft ground merchant. But someone of Jesse Harrington, good lope to Vega, Coles last year, didn't like soft ground. So I would think he liked the ground, good for him, and give him a big chance.
Good to form concrete in places. That's how quick the ground's going to be the weekend. Him selling more horses there while he's talking.
Yes.
See? It's not even live.
I'm making sure one of them's okay, actually.
Oh, Christ. Right, moving on again. We are... Where are we going? There we go. Ascot 150 on Saturday. This is a race where I think one of the best bets of the weekend is running. But Dave, I'm going to start with you.
Yes, Andrew.
It's so not going to be the same horse I'm on about.
Better be.
I actually don't really have a strong feeling in this race. But if I had to choose, I'd choose Archie Watson and Holly Doyle. Nazanin. Very hard to say that.
No, sure.
Nazanin.
So the Archie Watson horse, yeah?
Yeah, he's just good with 2-year-olds. Holly Doyle, great jockey.
That's your go-to. If anything else fails, Holly Doyle.
2-year-old fillies, you know, I don't think there's any superstar.
Shock, it's female as well.
I don't think there's any superstars in the race. So, outsider, 10-1. So I'll take that.
Right, Thomas, where are we going?
Right. I am going for Desert Dreamer.
Yes, Tom!
I knew
Get
it was
in!
that one. I knew it was
Yes!
that one.
Have your balls on it, lads. Come on!
This is one of my stronger fancies of the weekend. Desert Dream was second behind Sandrine the other day, and I think Sandrine's very good. That was at Newmarket. She was also second at Newmarket behind System, but didn't get a clear run that day. Oisin Murphy takes the ride. He's in absolutely flying form.
The fact he left me down for a double half an hour ago.
17 winners out of his last 62 rides. Insane form he's in. I think she's got a hell of a chance.
I think she bolts up. She's improving by rapidly, very, very quickly. Look, she has a neck to find with System. I think she'll find that very easily. Her run behind Sandrine, as Tom said, the last day, she finishes like a train. And I think it's going to be a run to suit. There's a lot of pace in it, was looking through. She got a lovely tone to the race, and I think she'll come to the furlong pole and she'll be going, bye.
Yeah, I think she will.
10-3, second favourite. She'll go off favourite, I think. And I think that is a cracking price. And who would you go? I'm surprised you didn't go with that Nympho thing.
No, Nymphadora. Good name, but no. Nazanin.
I don't go wild there. Click, Tom. Yeah. Moving on to what probably is the easiest race of the weekend. I didn't throw in a handicap in ages. So I thought I'd throw in a 7-1 the field handicap just to fuck with your brains.
Yeah.
You love this.
I have 2 in this.
Greedy. You've what, 3?
No,
He hasn't even looked at the race.
I have.
Come on, give us your 2.
My 2 are, and you know what, it's going to depend on the draw as well. I mean, I don't know what it is at the moment. Raisin Sand, who always runs very well at Ascot. I think he just religiously runs at Ascot at this stage.
Do I have the wrong graphics up there? Yes, I do.
No, they are the horses that are in it.
Yeah, the wrong name of the... No, is it?
It's a 7 furlong handicap anyway. So,
it's Moe and something else. So.
Carry on.
So yeah, Raisin Sand, I thought he'd run well at Royal Ascot, and he did. He was 6th. Generally runs well at the track, so I'd give him a big shout. And Mum's Tipple.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mum's Tipple is going to run well.
Why?
Coming back after a 4th in a Group 3 at the Newmarket July Festival.
Ooh.
In a couple of seconds. Yeah. Ryan Moore's
exciting.
Ryan Moore's on him. Gonna.
Pat Edry could be on it. Still won't win.
He might try to go backwards again. Who knows? But...
Oh, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, horse actually wanted to stop and
he's
go
more
backwards.
tractable, and he's a better racehorse since they gelded him. That was obvious last year. He was a lunatic, so he has a good chance.
Should have sold that horse.
Oh, he should have took the hand off. What's it off? A couple of million?
$1 million or something.
Million?
When he won the sales race.
Stupid race.
Here, do you want me pants as well?
Yeah.
Right, Thomas.
Yeah. I dropped them off myself, I think.
Jesus. Oh, the horse, sorry.
I'm gonna just give Dania another chance. Deserves to win one
It's
of these.
unlucky, yeah. Unlucky.
Deserves to win one of these. Went well at Ascot last time. Has gone well in big field handicaps.
I so have the wrong race in my head.
That is about as much as you get from me on this.
No, I want more quickly. Stall.
Stall.
Why did
Danny was
I
second.
don't know.
They are the
Danny-
right horses. Like I don't know what.
It's the wrong time. The time's at the throw me.
It's not. It's 3 o'clock.
Oh, you should know, Andrew. You don't look at the times when you send the races on. Your times.
Oh,
are
I
never
do have
right.
the right times.
It's like he's the right race. Like
Ah, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Just skip.
So moving on.
Right, moving on.
Star of Orion is the one I actually have down. Was nowhere in the Britannia, but came on leaps and bounds for the last thing. The only worry is the win was over 7 furlongs. He's back up to a mile today, and the trainer said the improvement did come from the drop down and trip, but this could be run helter skelter.
that's 7 furlongs.
What am I doing? Shouldn't the mile race as well? That's what this is where I'm getting confused.
Wow.
It's the 7 furlongs she won last time. The mile was the Britannia. She dropped down 7 furlongs. She won nicely last time. This is going to be run to suit, I think, with a lot of pace in front of it.
It's a he.
I don't care. I'm trying to kill time because I don't know what I'm saying. Star of Orion wins. Oh, I'm never putting a handicap in again.
Does she? Or does he?
It. Why did I rip that?
Apparently, you can't call things it. I said I've referred to somebody's baby as it to Siobhan once.
Wow.
I got it.
Yeah, I don't think
They can't refer to babies. You can't do
I was
that.
like, what is it? Or something.
Oh, that's all right. What is it? A boy or a girl?
No, I just referred to it as it, and she went mental. It's like, calm down. it's
Why don't you call it
baby."
Pennywise then?
What?
You can't call it Pennywise it anymore.
Pennywise.
Don't tell me you never seen Pennywise. Never seen it the movie? He nearly cried watching it.
The clown was stupid. It is.
No, not into kids' movies.
Well, the Dave O'Keefe handprint embedded in my knee.
I didn't say I wasn't scared. I said it's
after
stupid.
the movie.
It is stupid. It's scary at starting, then he becomes a monster the size of King Kong. Fuck off.
Didn't stop him going and seeing the second one, did it?
Well, I don't watch kids' movies.
Right.
On to a good race.
Onto a good
No,
race.
don't click that one because that's the bloody handicap again, and we're done with that handicap.
No, it's not the handicap.
You were about to click
It was that one.
the arc race.
Oh, sorry.
It's the reason I run this ship.
It's the reason I said
It's the reason why it's kind of sinking tonight. The York Stakes looks to me like a 2-horse race between favourite and second favourite. Dave, is Aidan O'Brien going to take it, or is the English going to keep it at home? It's the only thing that will come home this year.
It's hard to know because Armory's
Sorry.
giving a lot of weight away to
Sorry.
Mahafet.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you're Irish again. Yours, though.
But Mahafet is favourite, I think. Armory's form is better, so I would go with Armory at the prices, to be honest. Even given the weight away, Armory's a really good horse. He's a genuine Group 1 horse. So
Some chunk of weight, though, isn't it?
it's a lot of weight, yeah. It's a lot of weight.
I think it is, but I think he's just
His
he's
form
a lot
his
better.
form is miles better than what. Now, the other horse has loads of potential, and I liked his win at Royal Ascot, but Armory's form is 10, 11, 12 pounds better than that, so he should be giving the weight away.
Yeah, I agree. I think Amory is head and shoulders the best in this. I know he has, what's he had to give away? £7, something like that.
10 pounds.
£10.
10.
I still think he does. I think he's a lot classier than a lot of them. So 2-1 is not a price you should be rolling in at when he's giving that much weight away, but he is that much better. Then really, you look at it, if they were on level weights, how far would he win by? And then you'd say if he had another £10 on his back, would he still beat him? Yes, I think so.
I like the way Mahafef is improving.
That's a good name. It's cool.
I like the way he's improving this year. I feel Armory has maybe improved a little bit as an older horse, but I don't think he's on the same upward trajectory as Mahafef. The £10 just sways it for me. I think it'd be a hell of a good race, and I don't think there'll be too much between them. And again, I wouldn't be running into back either or of them at the prices, but I was just going to say gun to the head, but it doesn't seem very,
Jesus Christ.
very appropriate, really, does it, after the week?
Oh, Christ. This is like pennies all over again.
Hey, I never mentioned the brand.
Didn't you?
No, I just said about the about where they were
There is
made.
other clothing labels available from Bangkok.
You're screwing your own podcast now. I know what I mean.
There is though.
Look, I'll take my half F, but happy to watch it. I think it'd be a good race.
Yeah, I think Armory wins. I don't think it wins by far, but I think it wins.
Armory.
Right, this is going to be interesting. The King George, which finally looks like a decent race for the first time in a hell of a long time. We've Love, aka Dave. We've Adiada Derby winner. We've Lone Eagle, who was nabbed in the Irish Derby. We've Miss Riff, wonderful tonight, who needs a monsoon to come to have any chance. Broom, Mogul, Adib, and Japan. You're just going to shine again. Just give it.
You're going to go with the 3-year-olds. It's obvious you hate Love, but that's
no, I don't. No,
you
no.
do.
I knew you were going to say this.
Tom even likes Love.
I knew you were going to say this, and I'm going to take a page out of your book.
No.
3-year-olds at this time of year get a lot of weight, and there's a big advantage against the other horses.
You hate Love.
I don't hate Love.
Everybody knows now. It's Tom. As I said, Tom never really had an affinity for Love, but he don't hate her as much as you.
When did I ever say I hate her?
Tom would probably
I'm beginning to hate you now.
Probably choose Love because Tom knows she has her ground, and if she's running, she's going to win. The only horse that I would back against
it's like saying something again. Oh, what?
The only horse I would back against her is not going to run because the ground won't be right. But if the ground was heavy, Love wouldn't be running, and Wonderful Tonight would run, and she'd win. But yeah, Love would win.
I think that's because Love doesn't like soft ground.
Yes, well, there you go. I said she wouldn't be
my
running.
hoofs are wet. Go on.
I'm going for Love.
Why can't you be controversial?
Yeah, no, I'm going for Love. Look, she's got to give him £6. I think this is maybe the last race was a big test of her, and I think if they were ever going to get her, it was the last race. Adayar and Lone Eagle are two bloody good horses. Like you got a Derby winner, and Lone Eagle shot clear and nearly won the Irish Derby, and a good renewal of the Irish Derby. Hurricane Lane has backed that up. I think they're going to give her a race. You've also got Mishriff there, who didn't look to stay the last time, and Wonderful Tonight. Yeah, it's the ground, obviously, isn't it? But yeah, I think she'll win. She's got to give them a bit of weight, but apart from that, I think she's probably a better horse than two of them anyway. So, and she gets her ground, and she's probably going to have Mogul in there as a front runner.
Right, hear me out now. Hear me out.
Don't tip Broom.
Hear me out.
No, he's going to tip one of the 3-year-olds.
Hear me out.
Lone Eagle.
Love wins by about 6 cents.
Oh, about time he started coming around us.
I'm glad you changed your mind there in the last 2 minutes.
I do not.
Tom Soldier.
I do not know where you're getting this thing out of. I'm never sold on Derby winners. First off, so.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you've got Lone Eagle written at the top of your
Lone
notes.
Eagle, and it gets
a
a nice bit of weight off Love. That's all I had. And then I'm like, what am I talking? Like, I'm just Love's just going to beat him. She gets her ground. Her run last time, as Tom said, she was ever going to beat, it was that day. She beat a Breeders' Cup winner that day, who was also coming on her first run. Just does enough on that day. Obviously going to come on for that run. Ian O'Brien's not going to have her drilled in a minute to run there, even though it was Royal Ascot. I think 9-4 right now is a great price. I can actually see her spanking these. Lone Eagle, look, he tried to steal a race. You can take that form with a pinch of salt, but the horse Hurricane Lane, if he was in here now, this is the whole different ballgame.
The best horse over the trip as a 3-year-old is not running. That's Hurricane Lane.
Hurricane
He's
Lane.
the best horse.
That's a different story altogether. If he
imagine if we had Hurricane Lane in this and Snowfall and Love. Now that'd be a
that could end up in the Arc. There's a lot of talk of a few of them ending up in the Arc.
Love.
Won't win the Arc.
No. She run the Breeders' Cup. Why would you go to the Arc when it's not going to be good for him?
It's just like soft ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard.
Really?
Heard on a grapevine.
Snowfall.
It's like talking about some child.
Snowfall will will run in the Arc, and I wouldn't be surprised if St. Mark's Basilica runs in the Arc as well.
They can all run. 10 hours going to whoop them all.
I tell you, no matter who runs, if she runs and the ground is heavy, wonderful tonight will win the Arc.
No, she won't.
She won't beat Snowfall, won't she?
I think she'll beat everything.
She won't
She's
be.
just
She
a
won't beat
monster
Tanawa.
on heavy
Can't
ground.
believe that's
She won't
a week before my wedding, lads. Just talk of it as my stag, apparently. If you want.
She's legitimately a monster on heavy ground.
Did you just hear this?
I heard him, yeah.
Dave, you can stop watching people run around your gym.
I'm
for
sure I'm self-employed. I do what
days.
I do what I want. Do some fitness
Take it
and
easy, Dave.
swimming and golf over
You
there.
can do some fitness in France.
Yeah.
With les females.
The fillies would have been better.
Yeah.
Les filets.
I know if Blogger can pull him over there, you'll be fine.
Oh, it's
I don't
gonna- oh
French.
Jesus
I learned
Christ.
French in school and I don't even know any words in French.
Oui.
I know that one.
Bonjour.
Oui. There you go. Happy fucking days. I told you get better.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. How to keep the flat
I'm never going to
interesting.
be able to get that out of my head now. Oh, Jacques Leblanc. Whoo, love wins then, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well played. Yeah, love wins. Naps, next best. Jesus Christ, that was well played.
My nap is love. My next best
It's
is
love.
Armory.
Next bet, next best. It's been a long day. Tom?
We're gonna have the same. Nap is Desert Dreamer, and next best is Love.
My nap is Desert Dreamer. My next best was Fantastic Fox, but he doesn't seem to be in the betting right now.
That doesn't mean he's not running because this
Yeah,
has happened
that
a few times. He could.
If he
could be
runs,
run.
he's not in the betting where I looked.
Let me have a look.
This happened with Rohan a couple of weeks ago as well.
He's at the bottom.
Yeah, he's not in the betting. He's dropped up though. So
If Fantastic Fox runs and the Ascot 225, he wins that. If not, my next best will be Love. Yeah, that's done. We. You have to do it. No, this is off camera talk, Andrew. Don't talk about that. Right. So Sunday is going to be our Galway preview, along with some other yak festival that's on in UK there, some not so glorious
is
Goodwood.
Sam coming on?
Yeah, I'm
just to
gonna
talk
rip
about-
the living
just to
They
talk
wrote
daylights
that,
out of him.
and they actually mentioned it in their video yesterday about how they're coming on to preview the Great Goodwood Festival and some other yoke that's on
Oh,
it.
did they?
Starting with Galway or something. Yeah, I was watching.
It's the proper battle, isn't it? Like the Irish
slated
English
again.
battle. I'll just sit in the middle and referee.
Oh, you sit in the fences, you always
I
do.
showed Andrew my notifications that they're playing golf on the YouTube comments. Remember I was saying I've been slated every day on YouTube.
You get YouTube
Every
comments.
all the time. I get about
What?
8 a day from him.
Why'd you have him on?
Why'd you do that?
Why'd you have him on?
Why'd you look at that? It's like
it's
like
I don't.
torture.
I literally don't understand how someone hates me that much that they make up fake YouTube accounts.
Tell him what the name was. I
Uh,
nearly
Dave
broke 2
O'Keefe-
clubs after this
Dave
laughing.
O'Keefe, Fanny better.
Where's this go out of? Like,
wow.
see that's what happened to you. You
See
got
what-
in your head.
Oh, no, hold on. Let's see what name is on
You'll
it.
be
for
all right.
me.
You
I
go and
don't know,
get
it's 4 today.
you go and get yourself bag of sweets from a nice little sweet shop somewhere, and you cheer yourself up there.
I'll give you a hug after. You grant.
His new name is Poetic Flair, 3-1 favorite.
Nice.
That's shite now.
So much
I'm
time in your hands.
disappointed.
Golden Pal, 10-1 Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. Replied. Fuck off.
Anywho, we are back live at 8 o'clock on Sunday for our Galway and Goodwood preview. And again, for the Punter Challenge is starting next week. And there's a reason it's not in Goodwood, because Goodwood is cash. Because Subjectivous is not running. There's load more not
Galway's
running.
good. The standard.
And
isn't the
if
best,
you
but it's a
are-
good festival.
If you are doing it and you don't pick Shauna on Wednesday to win,
Just don't enter.
what?
Just don't enter.
What are you doing? I'm trying to get people to enter and you're telling them not to enter.
If
If
they,
they
don't
don't
pick
pick
Shauna
Don't
for that
mind.
race, don't
There's no
don't
point.
bother
No,
entering.
they can still enter. Shh.
Don't want them to enter.
Well, they won't be picking the winner if they don't pick Sean.
Exactly.
Correct. Yeah, you go.
I will 100% not be here next Wednesday. Just put that out there.
I kind of know that.
I'm not here next Sunday.
Oh, wow.
It's all right. I'll make up for you then, Dave.
You all abandoned me the whole time. You went away for a few months,
I didn't go away.
chilling in a hospital.
Working for himself.
Did not go away.
Nice little isolation break.
Fitnessing a few nurses.
Nice little retreat. Came back a few stone lighter.
And life was walking the corridors and eating Clippos. Still like Clippos, though. They're nice.
You are addicted to Clippos.
I'm open for sponsorship.
If anyone wants to sponsor Dave for Clippos, there's literally Clippos everywhere here. Just send an email to
the a box of Clippos. Just be happy.
Just send it to OLR Fitness Waterford, and it'll
They're
get here.
So much nicer than the fake ones you get in some of the other shops.
Did you like the ones I got for you last time? The refresher ones.
Yeah, they were nice. Yeah, but the Clippos are just they're the gold standard.
You're making me hungry now. I know, but dinner.
I'm starving too.
Right, before they start getting hungry, we are going to call it quits on tonight, and we'll see you Sunday live at 8 o'clock for our Goodwood and Galway preview. And again, the Punter Challenge, everything you need to know is in the description below. And we will see you live Sunday at 8 o'clock.